I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and this may very well be my smallest haul ever. I got in 2 orders this week, and then I've got a wee bit of PR to share with you guys. One of the orders I actually pre-ordered back in February, and then because all the things on things, they were really behind, and they also have a very small team to begin with anyway. So I just got them last week. So I've been playing with them for about 6 days or so, and that is my order from Cleona Cosmetics. I got the Vibrant Multi-Chrome bundle, which I missed out when they first came out with it. It sold out so fast, and then I ordered a couple of their new singles also in kind of the stained glass collection, and then I also ordered their duochrome individual shadows bundle. So I went ahead and I put my stained glass shadows already with the rest of my stained glass shadows. This palette with all of the things inside just gives me all the feels. I love these shadows so much. This palette here is a Adept Cosmetics palette. It's got like the faux crocodile on there, and this is the one that's a little bit deeper set, so the shadows are sitting a little bit deeper inside of the palette, but it houses a ton of shadows. These are bundles over here that I got. I did a video on all of these shadows with swatches, with the exception of the new ones that I'm going to swatch today, which I'll link that down below if you're interested in. And then I also have these shadows on my eyes today. I've got some of the mattes from the Woodlands bundle, from the crease upwards, and then I got the new stained glass shadows on the lid, which is that really pretty shimmer that you're seeing. And then the duochrome individual shadows bundle doesn't fit in that large palette, so I put them in this smaller palette. But I want to swatch them all for you guys. Up close, I just want to point out, and then I'll grab them individually to swatch them. But these 8 right here are the Vibrant Multi-Chrome bundle, and then I've got these 4 right here, which are new iridescent multi-chromes, and then this guy right here is another one of the new iridescent shades. It's called Opulent. So here is the shade Opulent. These are really hard to kind of show the duochrome effect with swatches. You kind of have to have like a certain special kind of lighting, but I'm gonna, try to show them the best that I can. I wonder if I zoom in if they'll show a little bit more. So that is the shade Opulent right there. It is so stunning. Oh, this next one is the shade Gilding. It's got a really strong kind of green gold shift to it. So that one is Gilding. This one is the shade Glint, and it also has a green gold shift to it, which I think is quite similar to Gilding. But I do think that Gilding is just a little bit more shiny maybe. But these 2 shades are very similar in my opinion. So you've got Gilding, and then there's Glint right there. I think maybe Glint has got just a hair more green in it, but both of them are stunning. This one is Gleam right here. And it's got a pink shift to it. It is so hard to get these to kind of shift on camera, but so that one is Gleam. And then this one is the shade Gloaming, which I have on the inner portion of my lid today. And this one has got like a pink, like white. It's just a really beautiful, different kind of a color. Right there. So that one right there is Gloaming. These next 8 are the Vibrant Multi-Chrome bundle. This is the shade Lineage. Lineage? Did I say Lineage? I think it's Lineage. I think I have to zoom out just a hair. It's not wanting to focus as well as I would like. And it's like got a pink but a turquoise like shift in there. So that is the shade Lineage right there. This is the shade Throne. This one's got yellow with like a hint of a kind of a green effect to it. With also, there's also something about it that has a bit of a pink sparkle to it too. So that one is Throne. This is the shade Courtyard. This one also has like some little pink kind of sparkles in it, but it's a green. I do think that the shifts in the Vibrant Multichrome formula are a little bit less than some of the others, but they're still there. I feel like they pop a little bit more when you apply them on the eyes as opposed to how they look in swatches though. So that is the shade Courtyard. What did I say, Courtyard? Yeah, Courtyard right there. This is the shade Royalty right here, and I was so excited to get my hands on this one. It's one of my favorite shades. It's so beautiful. These are all beautiful. I can stop now because I can feel myself repeating myself. So that is the shade Royalty right there. So pretty. This one is the shade Heirloom right here. It's got like a kind of like a golden bluish green shift in that one. This is the shade Majesty. This is the shade I have that's pretty prominent on my eyelid today. And it is beautiful. This one is Crown Jewel right here. That one is Crown Jewel. And then the last one from the Vibrant Multichrome bundle is the shade Bloodline, which is also one of my fave shades from them. I just turned off one set of my lights, hoping that you guys could see maybe a little bit more of the duochromes better, but they are really hard to pick up through a lens. They really are. So that is the Vibrant Multichrome bundle right there. I just turned the lights back on, but something that is just super fun about these shadows, because they are so multi-dimensional with the color shifts, you know, the combinations with these shadows are just so endless. And then too, you have all these shades that kind of, you know, they appear white, but they all have a different kind of a shift. There's a few that are similar, but for the most part, they all have like this different kind of shift to them. So when you grab one, sometimes I grab one thinking it's one thing and then it turns into another, and then I mix it with another shade, and you just end up with like a different beautiful type of sparkle on your lid every time. That's kind of how I use most of these shadows, is on the lid. And it's just so fun. I just really dig these shadows from Cleona. This is one of my most prized possessions in my collection. I love them so much. Even though I've waited so long for my orders, I still feel like the wait is worth it because of how beautiful these shadows are. I'm going to swatch the duochrome bundle that I got as well. I do want to make mention there are two shades that were in, I think it's the Woodlands bundle, but I'll re-swatch them anyways. The shade Ruin is in there, and then the shade Toadstool. So I got those on doubles. I didn't catch that when I ordered these, but I'm just going to swatch them all for you guys. These are also really beautiful shadows. They're less kind of, you know, multi-dimensional compared to the stained glass shadows, but they're still very pretty shadows. I'll start off with the shade Wormwood right here. Which is kind of like a MAC blue brown, but I think it's much shinier. So that one is Wormwood. This is the shade Toadstool, which is kind of like MAC's green brown-ish kind of, but again, more kind of, I don't know, sparkly. So that one is Toadstool. This one is the shade Nocturnal. So there's the shade Nocturnal. This is the shade Calyx, which is so pretty. It is like a periwinkle shimmery blue with a pink shift to it. It's a really, really unique shadow for sure. So that is Calyx or Calyx. This one is the shade Hex. So there's the shade Hex. This one is the shade Salamander. This is the shade Soul. It's kind of got a yellow with a greeny shift to it. It's beautiful. Beautiful color. So that one is Soul. This one is the shade Rune. There's the shade Rune. Then we've got the shade Clairvoyance. Here is the shade Elixir. This is kind of a unique one too. It's like a pewtery golden green. So that one is Elixir. This is the shade Aqua Fortis. And that's kind of a aqua with a golden sheen in there. That's Aqua Fortis. This is the shade Eye of Newt. Eye of Newt. This is the shade Morgana. Ooh. So there is Morgana. Then we've got Crucible. That is, whoa. That is the shade Crucible. Then we've got the shade Amulet, which is kind of like a fuchsia pink with a purple shift to it. That is the shade Amulet right there. This is another really unique one. This is the shade Arcana. It's like a pink with a silver with a little bit of green in there. It's so pretty. That's the shade Arcana. Right there. This is Cinnabar. It's like a maroon with a purple shift in there. That is Cinnabar. And then the last shade, which is also quite unique, is the shade Fog. It's a silvery, teal, golden shade. It's very interesting. That's the shade Fog right there. So those are all the swatches right there from the duochrome bundle. Right there. They're so pretty. These shadows are so, so stunning. So that was my order from Cleona Cosmetics. And again, those are what I have on my eyes today. I've got their mattes on, and then those super pretty shimmers are some of the new ones from the Vibrant Multichromes. I love them. I really love them. Next up, I placed an order on the Dr.Jart website because they were doing 20% off, which sometimes when like Ulta and Sephora aren't having sales, it's really good to check the actual brand's website, because either if it's a first order type of a deal, you can get a discount, or either they, you know, they run sales on their brand's website too. So oftentimes when big retailers aren't having a sale, I like to check out the brand's websites to see if I can get a little bit of a discount. So I got two more of the Dr.Jart Premium BB Beauty Balm. I got 02 Medium Deep, and I got 01 Light Medium. They have one more shade, which is just called Deep. It's darker than these two. But for the summer months, I've been using Medium Deep all over my face. And then more recently, I've been taking Light Medium, putting a little dot of that and using that under my eyes because it's got a high SPF. And then I've been taking like a lighter concealer. I've actually been using this Oma Beauty Woke Concealer the most in White Pearl T.5, and this is what I have on my face today, just like I'm describing it. I take that light medium Dr.Jart, and then I'll take a bit of this concealer and just put it on the inner portion and blend it out. And I've been loving that combination for my face. I love a high SPF in the summertime. I really love that number 7 Protect and Perfect Advanced All-in-One Foundation. This tube is actually almost empty. I mostly use Cool Beige, and I want to get a little bit deeper shade because it's kind of a little bit light for me for the summertime, surprisingly enough. But I love this one as well. But recently I'm back on the Dr.Jart wagon. I kind of go back and forth. This has got an SPF of 45. This is just a staple product for me. I've always got a bottle or a couple bottles of this in my collection. I've been using it for years. One of the things that I really wish Dr.Jart would do would just change the packaging to a squeeze tube packaging, something like this number 7 one, because these you cannot squeeze. They have a pump, and the pump is really kind of splattery, if that makes sense. So when you're getting down to the end of the tube, it splatters a lot more, and there's more product inside. So what I do is I end up taking the cover off and sticking a Q-tip in there, and there's like a load of product still inside the container. So if I had one gripe, that would be it. Dr.Jart did switch their formulation probably a year and a half ago. So they now have a mix of a chemical and a mineral sunscreen in here. I find that the coverage is just a little bit more sheer than the original, but for the most part, I haven't had any bad reactions with my skin with the newer formula. I typically like to use a mineral sunscreen, but the number 7 also has chemical sunscreen in it, and I haven't had a problem with that. It's got chemical and mineral as well. I don't rely on either of these products for just sunscreen. I use the Josie Maran SPF 47 religiously every single morning, and I don't use a little, I use a lot. So that's probably, you know, part of the reason why I kind of burn through some setting powders more quickly, is because I have a huge amount of sunscreen moisturizer on, and then I use, you know, the BB cream or something with another high SPF over the top of it, and so I really do have to set down those products. But anyway, let's swatch these. So here's the shade 01 and here's the shade 02. So that's light medium, that's medium deep, and there's one more dark shade. So I've got 02 all over my face, and then I've got this guy underneath my eyes with a little bit of the Oma Beauty concealer. And then I often mix these two shades too in the lighter months, and I can get away with this shade almost matchingly perfectly in the winter time. And lastly, I got a PR package from Beautylish this past week, and it had the new Wayne Goss Artist Collection brushes in there, and I actually pre-ordered these before I knew I was getting them in PR because I had to have them. I saw the sneak peeks of the handles, and I instantly thought of one of the holiday brushes that he came out with some time ago. I've still got mine in the box with the original little sleeve here. I'll show it to you guys as well. This one was called the Artist Brush. This was just one of the coolest things. I purchase a lot of handmade Japanese brushes from Food Japan, Fudejapan, off of Instagram. He has got like loads of limited edition collections and like Japanese makeup and stuff like that. And these boxes, which is a really like lightweight wood, I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't know exactly what kind of wood it is, but it reminded me of like a Koyudo set that I had purchased, this brush, but it comes in this box. It is the coolest brush. I'm going off about this. You can't get this. This was limited edition, but it will lead me into the artist brushes, which I'm going to show you here. It came strapped in with its own little board on the back, and then this was the original artist brush, which I have never used it. The bristles on this super soft. Something about the way these handles are, even this larger one, these feel, because I hold a brush kind of towards the end like this, but these feel so nice in the hand with this pinch right here. I mean, they just feel so nice in the hand. But this is the original artist brush, and I'll show it next to the other three. All three of these brushes have got a pretty fine point. The smaller two are more pointy than the larger one. This one is the most domed. This one right here is good for like really chisel contouring and bronzing. It's good for blush. You could even use it for highlight or a light application of like powder, setting powder and stuff. Because of the shape of these brushes, there's multiple different ways that you can use them. I've used the smallest one for setting underneath the eyes. One one thing to be said about the bristles of these brushes, because they are so soft and airy feeling, they're going to give a really light application of product. They're going to go on your face very airy. So you're not going to want to use a brush like this for something that's really hard pressed or difficult to pick up on a brush, because these will just kind of glide over the surface of them. If you like a really light application of products, these brushes will be really safe for you because of the bristles, of how airy and soft that they are. And then the harder you push on the bristles, it will buff as well. So you can be lighter handed with more precision, or push a little harder and it'll buff out product. Again, because the bristles are so soft, they're not going to buff out product as fast as something with a more stiff or firm bristle, because they are so airy. And then today I used the medium size one for precision kind of blush work on my cheek, but these they just feel so nice. And one of the things that I love the most about these is the handles. Like I said about the original artist brush, they are kind of pinched right here and right here. They're wooden with no ferrule, and they're very light. And because of those pinching in the handles and the way that I like to hold a brush, they just feel so nice in the hand. Like I would love, I would love a full set of eye brushes and face brushes with different heads with these handles, because I absolutely adore the handles on these brushes. They also have a little hook on there too if you wanted to hang them upside down. There's the size difference from the original. And also a huge thank you to Beautylish and Wayne Goss for sending these over. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to decide how many sets I need to have. And that is everything for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys later. Bye.